A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision that is set to reshape the landscape of women's rights in France, the European Court of Human Rights, ECHR, ruled in favor of a 69-year-old French woman, known only as HW, whose husband obtained a divorce on the grounds of her refusal to engage in sexual relations. The court's unanimous ruling condemned the French legal system for violating HW's right to respect for her private and family life, as outlined in Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights. The ECHR stated that a woman should not be considered at fault for declining to have sex with her husband, emphasizing that consent must be the foundation of any sexual relationship, including within marriage. This ruling is particularly significant as it comes amid ongoing debates in France regarding the concept of consent and the rights of women. HW celebrated the decision, expressing hope that it would mark a turning point in the fight for women's rights in France. She stated, "This victory is for all the women who, like me, find themselves faced with aberrant and unjust court rulings that call into question their bodily integrity and their right to privacy." The court's ruling highlighted the importance of consent, stating, in the court's view, consent to marriage could not imply consent to future sexual relations. The ECHR panel, consisting of judges from 7 different nations, found that the French courts had failed to strike a fair balance between the competing interests at stake in HW's case. The court noted that the notion of marital duties must evolve to reflect the principle of consent, stating, "Any non-consensual act of a sexual nature constituted a form of sexual violence." HW married her husband in 1984 and had 4 children with him, including a daughter with disabilities who required constant care. The couple's relationship deteriorated after the birth of their first child, and by 2002, HW was subjected to physical and verbal abuse. In 2004, she stopped having sexual relations with her husband and subsequently petitioned for divorce in 2012. While the divorce was granted, the grounds for the ruling, her refusal to have sex, sparked her legal battle. After the French courts dismissed her complaints, HW took her case to the ECHR in 2021, where the court ultimately sided with her. The ruling is expected to have significant implications for French law, as women's rights advocates argue that the outdated concept of marital duty continues to perpetuate harmful stereotypes and a culture of violence against women. Emmanuel Pete, head of the feminist collective Against Rape, praised the decision, stating, "When you are forced to have sexual relations in marriage, it is rape." The ECHR ruling comes at a time when French society is grappling with issues of consent, particularly in light of high-profile cases that have raised awareness about women's rights. HW's case, supported by feminist organizations, has sparked renewed discussions about the need for legal reforms in France to better protect women and promote a culture of consent and mutual respect. As the ruling reverberates throughout the country, it remains to be seen how French courts will adapt to this new legal standard and what further changes may be necessary to ensure that women's rights are upheld in marriage and beyond. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.